Hello, CB Tech Stuff. What's going on? It is October the 2nd. My little Back to the Future display on my Fire Stick. I just installed. But today we are going to do an unboxing and a test for once. Some of the other comments on some of my older videos kind of tipped me off that y'all would rather see me actually displaying things than just unboxing them. I guess it's poo on me. Anyhow. Oh, that's my aquarium, by the way. Groudred's are doing great. Goldfish are getting fat. Okay, back to the main topic. And I've got my furry little assistant with me. Hello, Lulu. So, one of the ways to supplement my income, thanks to my maintenance work and permission from my boss, is that I get to keep whatever is considered trash in the form of metal, mainly wire, brass, things like that, and sell it for scrap. Well, I decided to reinvest some of my money into something to make things a lot easier. This little gadget here, not really that little, is a VEVOR, however you pronounce it, wire stripper. Comes with little white gloves for some reason. And there are various ones on Amazon, which is where I got this one. This one was, I think about 60, 70 bucks. Something like that. I actually got the idea to get one of these after going through a racketeer catalog. Electricians will know who they are. But theirs was like 150 bucks that they have. Also got the idea from watching Big Stacked Casting. He's pretty good to watch on YouTube if you need something to fall asleep to. Because he's got a little electric one that runs off of the S120, 220. I don't know what they have in Australia. But it's more expensive. This one, oh, it's heavy. Let me get this thing out of the box. Alright, it's out of the box. So this one is either hand crank or can be hooked up to a power drill, which I have my cordless drill over there in the corner. I figured since I'm going to try to actually do a test with it, I got some pieces of wire, different sizes. I'm going to try doing both ways, both hand crank and drill powered. Does it pass your inspection there, Lulu? This being the hand crank, looks like it just has a Allen screw. Set screw that holds it on. This one's got a flat phase on one corner of it. And the rest of the pieces are all in here. I think it's got a little feeder plate. It's supposed to be adjustable. And it comes with a couple of Allen wrenches. Comes with the manual. It comes with some white, looks like cannabis style gloves. I'm going to get this all out here in a second. Unlike some of the other ones I looked at, this one's actually got the stripping wheel and the grabbing wheel visible. Also has a little keep hands away sign. And it's got some vertical adjustment here, which is pretty cool. It's got a locking nut. What's it say right here? Companies out of England, looks like. VEVOR Tools, half-price wire stripping machine, SD-25. Weighs 3.4 kilograms. Don't know what that is in Imperial. Manufactured in Taizhou Zendo Environmental Projection Equipment Technology Company Ltd. That is a mouthful. Built in Luqiao Town, Taizhou City, Zhejiang, China. Imported by White X. Has multiple addresses. Okay, so it's got a Paris, I'm guessing that's France, import address, and also an UK, England address. Made in China. Duh. UK and Canada rated. Doesn't say who the importer is for US. No idea. It did take a while to get here. I went through UPS. And unlike other Amazon orders I've gotten, it actually sent me emails from UPS directly about it. I guess it had to be imported. I don't know. Or I mean, like, imported directly from China. I guess it wasn't just sitting in a warehouse. Alright, I'm gonna go through the manual, see what all I gotta hook up, and then we're gonna try testing this thing. Alright, took me a minute to find this. Shows you everything you need to do. Going to the manual here. Took me a minute to find this other feeding plate. So it looks like you're supposed to have the crank on the right side of it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. It kind of sucks for this table. I'm going to turn it around. This is for your larger cable. Everything over probably 3/8. And this one's actually got two holes on it. It's got a small one that looks like it goes anything under 1/4 inch. And then everything else is bigger. You flip it around. It says the actual gauges in here for that, but I'm pretty sure it's millimeter metric, which I am not going very well. I guess that's, yeah, that's what I thought. Why they use that symbol for millimeters? That could be different symbols for different people. And that's supposed to be a list of all the hardware you come with. It actually comes with 3-gallon sets, and I guess these bigger bolts are actually for mounting it, which I'm not going to bother with, at least not at this juncture. I do see a problem, though. No? Wait, never mind. So the biggest cable I was going to test is this 500 MCM, which is XHHW2. I guess that's 2/0 aluminum, if I had to guess. Or number 2, I don't know. MCM metal core? Maybe? That might be steel core aluminum. I actually had to cut this into pieces with my Sawzall because my cable cutters weren't big enough. So I got 2 pieces of this to test. But it will fit in the hole. It's supposed to go in, I think, up to 1-inch diameter wire. That's going to be interesting. So, I'm going to get the crank handle on this thing and we're going to run some tests. Alright. I got the handle on. Took me a minute to find the middle-size Allen wrench. VEVOR, if you're any of your people are watching this video, maybe consider changing your design so that you only need one of these. Just saying. And also putting your instructions with imperial measurements or, you know, wire gauge sizes instead of metric. That'd be great. Okay. So, let's see. I'm going to attempt to do this with at least one white glove on. I may have to break my camera out to record this. My digital camera. So, what I'm going to do, I've got 5 sizes of wire here. Well, 4 technically, but 5 kinds. So, smallest we got is modern 14 gauge stranded THHN, yellow wire here. I've got 12 gauge stranded THHN. Both of these are the kind you would use to run inside a metal conduit, EMT, or most kinds of conduit. Wait, are you expecting the handle there, Lulu? I've also got a wad of this old, I think this is 12. This is the old style stuff. That's real thick insulation. It's actually thicker stranding too. Come on, focus. Focus. It's not gonna focus. This is some pretty old stuff. This is General Cable brand too. That's 12. This is 12TW. Got quite a bit of this. You can see the difference between that and the new 12. It almost looks like a size between 10 gauge and 12 gauge THHN. And then I've got some, I believe this is number 6 Easy Pull THHN. Yeah, this is 6 gauge. This is left over from a project. And then of course I've got the heavy, whatever the hell this is, 500 MCM is what it says. That's what I'm gonna call it. Aluminum. To me it looks like 3/0 aluminum or 4/0, or yeah, 3/0 aluminum. Oh, and this is the drill chuck. It just screws into the shaft there. Well, that's easy. And of course we got the extra plate. So let's get to testing, shall we? Alright, I finally got... I think I may have to work on the alignment on this thing. Out of the box, this thing is not looking too centered. I don't know if you can tell on camera. Took me a minute to get it down there on the 14. Alright, so we're cranking along. It's feeding it through. And it came out of the feed. It may not be on there tight enough, but you can kind of see the camera. So I had a revelation. I tried feeding it backwards and it seems to run better without the feed plate, so I'm going to try it without the feed plate. And running it towards me instead of away from me is actually... Dang, this thing's walking more than I thought it would. But yeah, it's actually splitting the wire pretty good that way. That feed plate just doesn't line up right. Oh, I only got most of it. Odd thing too is I can't really get this for standard wire straight, but for the most part it split pretty good that time. Alright, let's see how the 12 is gonna do. Alright, I had to pick up all these little copper shards that came off. And I'm still finding them. Stupid camera. Okay. Alright, let's try this again with the 12, shall we? Okay, I'm gonna try this again going the other way, but without the guide plate. Okay, this thing is walking entirely too much. I need to find something to bolt this to. That is not my coffee table. Seems to be doing the job, though. Yeah, the guide plate, it was just... Oh, and the verdict. Oh, come on, you stupid camera. This thing is the worst autofocus. Okay, where's the camera? There we go. Okay. Yeah, I split it right down there. Looking good, looking good. Alright, let's move to the thicker old stuff, shall we? Also, there's the 14. Alright, I adjusted it up a little bit. Let's see how it does. I tried to cut each to the test pieces to a little under a foot long. Okay, this thing really wobbles a lot. Alright. What's the verdict here? Okay, there it is. This one's actually got marks from the teeth on the... Oh, sorry, there's the... I really just need... I ordered a tripod adapter for my camera. For my phone. So... There we go. It split pretty good. And yes, there's teeth marks from the feed gear. That's okay, though. Alright, and let's move on to the number 6. Real quick, I just want to show again. On the left is the newer 12. On the right is the old 12. You can see the old 12 had thicker but fewer strands compared to the new 12. Which in most cases makes it a lot harder to pull. Of course, also thicker insulation. Stuff lasted a while at least. Alright, I imagine this one is probably going to make the whole thing walk a lot more. So I'm going to take it slow. And my dog is mesmerized by this glove, which I don't even know why I'm wearing anymore. For the lulz, I guess. I definitely need to get a board or some boards to screw this thing down to get some weight. There we go. Alright, how did we do? I don't think that went deep enough. Let me see if I can bust it out. Alright, round 2. I adjusted the set screw down a little further. Dang it, quit walking, you. With the drill, I should probably be able to have a little more control. Although I have a lot more control if I had a better way to hold this phone in place. Move your nose, I don't want to hit you in the head. Come on. Okay, did that do better? That's the gear marks. Oh yeah, that's a lot better. Okay. Yeah. That pulls off a lot easier. I need to find a way to mark increments on these things. Some of the other ones I looked at actually had little measurement deals on the sides. I thought this one did too, apparently not. I don't know. Red gold. Alright. Oh, this one's going to be fun to do with the hand crank. But we are going to try. Alright, so before we do that, I am having to actually adjust the spacing of the feed gears because of how thick this stuff is, which is possible thanks to, once again, the middle. Actually, that's the smallest of the Allen wrenches they send. But those things are tight as hell. So I just finished untightening them. It's like having to need a breaker bar. Also moving these apart was also not easy. I would recommend doing that with a flat tip screwdriver, which I do not have handy at the moment, so I actually used my side cutters to spread them apart, and now I'm having to use this Torx head screwdriver to kind of push them back together where I need to, so give me a minute. This is going to take a second. Alright, I finally got them moved back in place. That was harder to do than it needed to be. Also realized there is a little measuring deal right in there. Once again, it looks like it's in metric. Come on, focus. There we go. So that is there. So that's nice. Alright, we're gonna try this. This is a big boy. Alright, now we're good. And we're cranking nice and easy. And we're cranking along on Moonlight Bay. There we go. At the beginning it cut all the way through. I don't know if it went all the way through on the other side, so I may tighten that down just a little more. It's very hard to start. You really have to insert an angle for the thicker cable. But I think we got it now. So it'll be a lot easier or a lot harder with the drill. There we go. Okay, I think that time we did it. You can kind of see the aluminum, at least the beginning. So with shorter chunks like this, it should be fairly easy to peel, which I'm about to do. And there we go. Poor man's silver. A nice big chunk of it too. I don't think this is steel core. It's hard to tell. If it was steel core though, it usually says ASCR and there went one of the strands because it's got big strands. Okay, cool. So there's the hand cranking. Let's see how the drill does. Alright. Now then. Got the drill chuck in. It was a little tougher to do than I thought. We are going to... I guess we're going to start from biggest to smallest this time around. Since I already got it set up where I want it for the thick wire. I need to find a way to prop up my phone. So I'm going to do that. Okay, that'll work. As long as it doesn't fall over, we are good. In fact, I'm going to put this... There we go. Alright. Future me in post. I apologize if this comes out poorly. Why am I grabbing the 14? Okay. So. We're going with the thick aluminum wire. We'll take it slow. That's a clean cut. So before, I may do another cut down the other side to make it a little better. Just definitely have to take it slow. Unless I hold it on both hands. Still cutting all the way through again. I didn't quite cut all the way through that time, so I'm going to readjust. Tighter. Well, that seemed to cut a little better. Redo it again. Other side. It gets most of the way through, but then you kind of have to pry it open with a knife or something. I guess it's fine if you got small quantities of the bigger wire. Alright. Oh crap, I'm gonna have to readjust this whole thing again.
Eventually.
Going with the number 6. As in straight as I can. Doesn't look it's deep enough again. Just again. And rerun it back through. That really seems to be about the fastest I can go to run this thing and actually grab, and it's still not like it's getting deep enough. There's gotta be insulation on this wire. There's a groove there, but I'm not sure it's deep enough. Oh, maybe it is. You can see it splitting there. Oh, you know what? It's just peeling off like that. Voila. Okay. The drill is really best if you get longer strands, I guess. That was my assumption. Alright. Back down to the old number 12 wire. And the drill's kind of pushing this thing out to one side. Just not ideal. I really need something to bolt this down to. I might get like a piece of a landscape timber or a 4x4 post. Come on, is that good? Okay. And here's old 12. And that may not grab. Blade kind of seems like it's off center again. I might have to readjust it. That didn't go very good at all, did it? Yeah, okay, I'm going to take a minute to readjust these grabbing gears. Alright. Now I have that recentered. Let's do this again. Nice and easy. Dang it. Well, it started good. Problem is, this piece of wire is about as straight as I don't know. Insert celebrity here. I think the blade might be down too far. And that works okay in spots. It's kind of spiraled. Let's see. Certainly not perfect. Just gonna take my little knife and cut that piece out. There we go. This kind of went all over the place because it went kind of spiraled the wire. Yeah, drill might actually not be ideal for this. There we go. Now it's out. Alright. Where's the other piece of... Alright, now onward. Back to the modern 12 gauge wire. Which I'm probably going to have to readjust this thing again. Down a little bit. A little straighter this time. That was not deep enough at all. That barely cut through the outer plastic layer, the clear plastic layer. So let's try that down some more and run it back through. Come on, come on. Come on, grab it. Oh, there it goes. I got the feed gears a little bit wider apart than originally, so kind of went off center there for a second and started biting to the wire. So it works, but probably to push the gears all the way back together. Oh, man, I got chunks of copper going everywhere. Lovely. Ow! Ugh. And I just had one go into my thumb. That was lovely. Be careful, people. Wear good gloves. I don't want these pieces of crap. And also probably do this over a bucket or something, because shards will go everywhere. Alright, I'm going to readjust the gears all the way back together before I run the 14 through again. I'm going to have to figure out what to put all these pieces of copper in.
12 seconds later.
Adjustments have been made. Let's try this one last time with the 14. Let me get this blade adjusted again. Shouldn't take much. Whenever you get close to the end, it really binds up. There, I'm going to take it slow. That's the wrong direction. Okay. It's not grabbing. Why is it not grabbing? Do I have this too tight? Oh, there we go. Okay, that one went perfectly. It did spiral around, but it worked with it, and that did not cut into the copper near as bad as last time. And my dog is eating right now. That was the best run, I'd say, with the drill. So the drill way might not be perfect with short runs like this. With longer runs, it might make more sense, but I think you gotta be careful with it. I do like you can adjust the grabbing gears, although I do wish they were a little easier to adjust because they're kind of a pain. Adjusting the cutting wheel, looks like you can do it with a pair of wrenches. So you can take a pair of wrenches and readjust the cutting wheel itself, but it really makes more sense to just these two. They don't slide back and forth too easily. You do require some sort of tool to push them one way or the other. If you had a way to make it run slowly, consistently, with either a small electric motor or maybe just like a zip tie on a drill, maybe about that speed. It has a little bit of a walk to it though. But I think that would be perfect for it. I also wish that was more noticeable in there and not in metric, or at least have one side so it's imperial. Me personally, I wouldn't fool with these unless you think you absolutely need them. Anywho, overall thoughts is it's a handy little gadget. It does take some testing with different types of cable and wire, as evidenced by this little pile of copper chunks. But it can handle pretty thick stuff, which is nice. Anywho, I need to eat dinner. This is CB Tech Stuff. Stay groovy.
3 days later.
Alright, YouTube, I'm back again. I finally got my... I don't know if you can see me here. Okay. I finally got an adapter for my tripod to hold my phone. That's what I'm recording with right now. I'll put a link to that somewhere. Comes with a little camera control too. Bluetooth. Pretty nice. So, since last time, I've taken my VEVOR stripper and I got a 4-foot piece of 2x6 from Home Depot, cut it, and screwed the pieces back together. So now I have something a little bit better to actually hold it down with. It's got a little wobble to it. But this way I can put some weight on it, actually hold it in place so it doesn't walk all over the place. Also, when I got my other drill, this is my personal drill, I got it turned down first, so I can go a little slower. So, now I'm probably going to time-lapse scrapping all this wire. Let's see how it goes, shall we? So at least on solid wires, old solid wire, it really helps if the wire is not kinked up. This has got some thick insulation on it. Alright, so here we go. It's probably about 2-3 pounds of copper. Don't know why the stuff that was in red insulation is so much darker. But yeah, that's clean copper. That took me about 20 minutes to strip all that. 25. I was watching YouTube the whole time. So yeah, with the little modification I added, works pretty good. I think it still needs a little more weight on it though. Once again, that is the VEVOR hand crank or drill crank wire stripper from Amazon. CB Tech stuff. See you next time.